Greetings pilgrims, I'm Doug. This is Camino 2020, a section of my channel dedicated to my preparations for walking the Camino de Santiago in Spain next year. And today I am very excited because I got my credential. What is a credential, you ask? Good question. There are a number of official documents that have to do with the Camino de Santiago, and a lot of them are in Spanish, and it can get a little confusing for us English speakers to figure out, especially because they all seem to start with the letter C. I mean, seriously, it's like a Baptist sermon up in here, which I completely respect. So the first thing on our list of Camino forms is the credential, also known as the Pilgrim's Passport. Now, I won't be calling it that because I don't want people to get it confused with an actual passport, but it does have a similar function, namely that as you travel, you get stamps in it that let people know where you've been. It also gets you where you're going. So the credential is basically your official document showing that you are a pilgrim on the Camino. It gets you into pilgrim-only albergues. That's where you typically get your stamps, although you can also get them at some churches and bars and other places like that, which by the end of your journey makes this a really cool souvenir. And finally, when you arrive in Santiago de Compostela, this is what is going to get you your Compostela. Which brings us to the next important Camino document. The Compostela, which is named after Santiago de Compostela, or St. James of the Starry Field, from Compostela, campus, stelle, stella like stellar. Stella! Stella! See the video that I did on St. James to go into greater depth there. When you arrive at the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela, you can be issued a certificate of completion for the Camino, known as the Compostela. Now, you can walk the Camino for any reason you want to, but the Compostela really is a certificate showing that you have completed a religious pilgrimage. And if that's not why you walk the Camino, that's fine. But don't ask for a certificate for something you didn't actually do. If you didn't walk the Camino as a pilgrim, that's okay. There's another certificate you can get instead of the Compostela, known as a certificate of welcome, which is essentially the same thing, only for non-religious reasons. So you're not going to go home empty-handed either way. A more recent addition to the Camino documents is a certificate of distance, and this is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. They figure out where you started, where you stopped, and they basically issue a certificate saying this is how far you walked on your Camino. Now, you don't need this for your Compostela or your certificate of welcome. It's literally just an additional document saying how far you walked. I am not completely sure of the purpose of this. To be honest, it sounds a little petty and a little prideful, and I will definitely be getting one. Finally, there are some additional certificates for those who walk the Camino for even more specific reasons, or even under the protection of certain saints, such as the Cotillea, which is for those who walk the Camino under the protection of St. Francis of Assisi. Some people choose to walk beyond Santiago, so that even after the official Camino pilgrimage is over, they just keep going. One of the most popular destinations is Finisterre. Finis, the end, terra, the earth, the end of the world, or Fisterra, depending on which language you say it in. And this means walking all the way to the ocean. If you make it all the way there, there's another certificate you can get saying that you actually walked all the way to Finisterre. There's another one for Muxtia. There's another one for Padrón. So if you have a lot of negative space on your walls that you want filled up, the Camino can help you out with that. All right, I hope that helped you out in your planning for your Camino. If it did, please give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you are into the Camino de Santiago or just hiking in general. Until next time, I'm Doug. Buen Camino.